2 of our discussion with Mr. Akroful of Arke Global. My name is Gadashago, as you are well aware, and we have been talking about electric vehicle conversions. We first spoke to Nana, who is a co-founder of Arke. Then today we are having conversations with his dad, who is the founder of Arke Global. The part 1 we spoke about his background, how he got into cars and automobile in general. That was a very fascinating story. Links below or up here in the video. Check my finger. Now I want to talk about how he got into electric vehicles. Mr. Akroful, how did you get into electric vehicles? As a Ghanaian, when I talk to governmental people, the average man on the streets, the business person, so about electric vehicles. I mean, a couple of years back, I'm considered a madman. It's only this year that I started hearing certain people say, "Oh, no God, what you guys have been talking about? It's a good thing though." So, 2015, what got into you? Did you catch mad cow disease or something?
Yeah. What happened was that, I just got interested. I don't remember how I even got into this, but the whole thing was that I just said to myself, I'll build an electric car. So this is one minister that I spoke to. He said, "Oh, then we are going to make it big, find a big place where we do the convention." And then I said, okay, then I told him that I really want to get the kits and put
The conversion kits.
The conversion kits, so I can make one as a prototype. So I spoke to him, and then he said, okay. Now we started the whole thing. I was able to convert this particular car, the Alpha Romeo, into electric from petrol. And then right now I have it in electric. And we got to a time that he just dropped out of, and then the whole thing got to a standstill. So that is when my kids came in, and then we just, I worked it and then started doing this again. What I did is that I started this on my own, single-handed person, whom I did this work on this car. I pulled
your 8-year-old son
with my little bitty son
as your assistant.
Yes, and he was like pulling those tools for me. Take this, bring this, and I was in the car trying to build this. I got this car paid for, and then I pulled the engine out, which I have sitting up on the side there, and then took the petrol tank, the exhaust pipes, the water tank, which is the radiator, and then took all the things that I will not need, because that also carries weight. So I have to clean up any unwanted components which will give the car weight. So what
about the transmission?
The transmission, I used the transmission because I wanted to see how it's going to change.
Yes.
No, the motor, I just wanted the motor to relax, to have, I didn't want the motor to do so much work. So I added the transmission to help it.
So in other words, in this car now, the clutch is useless.
I use the clutch because I have the manual transmission.
Oh, okay.
Built in.
Oh, okay.
So I have the manual transmission attached to it.
Okay.
And so that is how, I was able to put this car together.
But the story you just told us, it begs some questions. First of all, he assumes that you knew about electric vehicles, as in what they are. And you knew that you can convert a petrol and diesel car into an electric vehicle. So how did that knowledge arrive? How did you get that knowledge?
Okay, then I thought about people converting petrol to gas, LPG. And I said,
Ebola craze.
Yes, if this can be done here, At first, I was scared to do it because I thought maybe I'll have a problem with the government. So when I said to myself, if they can convert petrol to LPG, then I also can do something, which can move a car body, provided I have the brakes, the steering, everything intact. Whatever is going to move the car doesn't, matter. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Engines can move cars with petrol, with gas, with diesel. If electric can also move the car body, it's the same. All you need is the car moving, but the most important things that you have to really make sure they work good is the brakes, good tires, and you don't have any bad alignment or any other thing. But the electric is just there to move the car body. So you have electric car in good condition with other things. It's the same as having a petrol car, with a good condition on other, parts.
Okay, so since you did the conversion, I know that a lot of cars is the engine that gives engine-related issues that gives a lot of problems. Have there been any major issues with the conversion?
I really haven't gotten any problem now. Because I don't use it.
How many years now?
I don't use it much. I think 2015 is when I started.
So when did you finish? So this conversion 2015?
No, I did it in about 3 months.
So since 2015, this car?
I did the Pajero, which I told you the minister bought. Okay, the first one.
So the first one that you committed was for the minister?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He said we should do that. He wants me to know. He wants to know that I can do it.
So he bought his car?
He bought his car.
And did he pay for the components?
He paid for the components. But this is what happened. We should have had 35 kilowatts motor.
Okay.
To run that big car. And we had 15 kilowatts.
Whoa. Yeah, and the car would be slow.
Yeah. It wasn't slow, but the climbing of hills, we had
it's difficult.
So we imported, that's what I was saying about the 19,000 thing.
Okay.
Now I moved all the 15 kilowatts motor and then converted it into this because this is a smaller body.
Oh, so this one you don't have a problem?
Yeah.
In fact, you even jumped at some of the questions I was going to ask. So what is here is a 15 kilowatts motor. And you got it from China?
Yeah, I got some.
You got the entire kit from China?
Yeah, not all. I had the battery from Aluora. Actually, we did the battery together, with some friends in the US.
Over there?
Yes. And, we constructed it and then had the conversion. That's why we really need that special charger to charge the battery because it has to go with it, with the charger. The batteries has the BMS, which is compatible to the charger. Okay.
So let me ask a series of questions now. It's a lithium ion.
Yeah, lithium. Yeah.
What's the battery size? How many kilowatt hours?
Kilowatt hours is 108.
I mean, 8 kilowatt hours. That's a lot of battery.
Yeah, it's a lot of battery. It has a big weight.
So that's 108 kilowatt hours. For those of you listening, that's more than standard range Model S. That's a lot of battery size, kilowatt hours. Then the motor is 15 kilowatt motor. In other words, you can upgrade the motor later.
Yeah, I can. Yes. Yeah.
What about the controller? Where's it coming from?
The controller, I got it from China.
From China.
From a company.
That's all that is. That means that you got a good one.
Yeah, I got it.
Because after 6 years, it's one of the things that give people problems with their conversions if they don't have a good controller. Yeah. Okay, so with this, what is the range of the car?
Range with the 15 kilowatts, and then you see, we made a mistake on the weight. Because the weight is more than what we're expecting. What I give them. And so they said
even the battery pack.
Yeah, with the 15
when they
kilowatts.
finish, with the BMS and everything, the weight was more than what the specification you gave to them.
Yes. So what happened was that it has to be able to make 245 kilometers.
So because from here to Kumasi, on a single charge.
Yes, on a single charge. That is how.
That was how we designed it.
Yes.
So we designed it with the range from here to Kumasi in mind, so that in case somebody asks you, say, oh, it can travel from here to Kumasi.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense.
Yeah. Now, right now, I can pull some things out from the car, like the seats and all those other things, to reduce the weight, and it can go. It can make.
But currently, in this configuration, what was the range?
I would say before there's some
Over 100 kilometers.
over 100.
It will be like 170 or something. You have to check.
No. It's less than that.
Really?
Because Suhum would be around 100 and something. 100.
Are you talking about using if you're using the mountains?
Yeah, using the mountains.
I don't know. You have a smartphone, right? Check. Use the maps to check from here. Okay, well, but don't worry. We'll put it on the screen from this side from here to Ofurila. Okay.
With the weight that I have right now.
So in other words, there was a shall I say a weight problem.
Yeah, I have a
due to the battery management system.
Yeah. Now, what I'm trying to do is to pull the 15 kilowatts into the smart grid.
The smart.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So you're also converting the smart.
Yes.
So that means that the new smart that you are trying to convert, is it the same people who are going to do the battery management system for you? The BMS, is it the same people?
No, I wanted to transfer things from here and then reduce the weight and put maybe about 35 kilowatts on this.
35 kilowatt motor.
Yeah, on this.
What about the battery?
The battery, I still have to put the battery in, but I'm going to use the lead acid.
Why?
The lithium is too expensive. The 35 kilowatts is over $10,000.
What is 108 kilowatt hours?
Yeah, but
it's a lot of money.
Yeah, but still, I still want to, use the lead acid.
Okay.
Yeah, because the lead acid, if I get like maybe about 20 of them, about 20 of them, I still can.
You mean the deep cycle ones, the one that they use for?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, lithiums are too expensive.
Don't worry. From a year's time going, the price will come down. We'll all be happy.
Yeah.
So those of you who are thinking about converting your Toyota Corolla and whatnot, give us 2 years. You come to Mr. Akroful. Will make you happy, eh? So don't worry about that. So now let's talk about the training. Which was actually what drove us to reach out to you. Can you tell us a bit about the training? Nana has actually given us a background that currently you do the hands-on, the practicals, and then he does the theoretical aspects. How is that going?
We did the theory, and then we finished with them, and then I'm doing the practicals. What we are doing is that I put together the schematic diagram for the convention, and then I was just running them through, all the components that you need to use, the wiring and everything. I gave them all the education on that, and then right now, next week we are going to be here with them, and then I'll show them the company, how they look like, and then how they work, and then from then we just put one car together.
Okay, so if you have one of your students here, what's your name? Please let's see your face.
I'm Achu Patrick.
Achu. So you are my fellow tribesman.
Okay.
So how do you get to hear about this training?
Mr. Akroful is a great man. He's very phenomenal. He's been a quiet time I met him. So I've been helping him here. and later showed me some of the vehicles and the motors used as EV. That was very nice, great idea. So I was following him since he's in the auto engineering section, which I'm also in. So we are moving, working on engines, electronic work and other things.
Yeah, it's mostly diagnosis.
Diagnosis.
Yeah.
Programming.
Yeah, program. It's a very
Yeah.
good.
Toriah will like you.
Really?
Away from diagnosis.
Especially
It's a
series
very
bus.
good. Very
So
good.
and he later told me that you want to introduce EV into Ghana.
Conversion training.
So wow, that's great. That's very great. So we got a time that you want to bring the training, introduce the training. So we started the training couple of months. It was nice training. His son and Abeku did well wherever he is. God bless him. He introduced the basic terms, advantages and disadvantages of EVs. Then some basic things we need to know before we start the whole project. Pass us through. Then our founder himself came with practical or sketch on the board how it looks, so that we keep that idea when we come to the field over here. Okay. It's very nice. Very nice.
So can you see an improvement? Do you see that you are now confident in being able to do the conversions? Because you're not going to go into the actual conversion state. Have you gotten to the conversion state now?
No, we haven't started.
The actual conversion.
Practical.
No. As in, right now they move from the theory. Now they're looking at the schematics so that they know how everything comes together before they actually do the phases.
Yes.
Yeah. Also. So my question to you is that, are you now confident in, let's say, understanding the schematics so that when it comes to the actual doing, you'll be comfortable?
Yeah, too much confidence. Too much.
When we came, we saw you doing 50-50 over there. We saw you by the white Range Rover.
No. That one has its problem. But it's like what we learnt over there. I have all in my brain.
Okay.
Serious.
So
That confidence.
he, for example, is clear that he has an automotive background.
Yeah.
So does that mean that almost all your students have automotive background?
Not really all of them, but some of them are electrical. Some of them like
As an electrician?
electricians.
Electronic, TV.
No,
So the people who are your students now. Anyway, for those of you watching, the day that we are here, today is I think Friday. The students are not around. That's how come he is the only person who is around. That's how come we are seeing only him. The question is, the background of the students is very important. Naturally, everybody will assume that they will mainly be automobile guys. So maybe they are into normal cars. Then they want to learn this one too. But from what you are saying, some also have different backgrounds.
Yeah, some of them. Home electric,
So somebody who can do home electrical
yes,
wiring
yes.
can learn this one.
Yes, you can easily learn.
So that means that they have to learn how to do suspension and everything on top of the,
Yeah.
like the normal car things. They have to learn those systems too.
Yes. That's what.
All within a month.
Yeah, that's what I'm, taking them through, because most of them have car, ideas about car.
Yeah, but the problem I have with that is that a lot of our mechanics, as you are more aware of this than us. They were taught basically by rote through the apprenticeship system.
Yeah.
So they know that this is how it is. So anytime this happens, you do this. They don't really understand the systems and how they work. Okay. A friend of mine.
It's true. If you ask them even how does a car, operates, how does a car move, the engine, what happened to the engine before it turns the tire, most of them don't know.
That's a problem. So I'll give you 2 examples. one of my friends. I had an interview with Joy FM. Then he called in. He has a hybrid. He said that that week that we were having the program, his car had an issue. So he said to a mechanic. The mechanic told him that, oh, your car, he has a problem from birth. Why? The car has 2 batteries.
Oh,
I'm a hybrid, of course. It have 2
I know,
batteries.
yeah.
So that is why the mechanic thinks that it's a design problem. Yeah, that's one.
Okay.
Number 2 is this gentleman holding the camera here.
Mm-hmm.
His car. He have how long have you had this issue now?
For the past 3 months.
3 months. Honda Civic.
Mm-hmm.
How many mechanics have you gone through?
3.
There are going to 3 mechanics. Everybody has their bills. At the end of the day, the problem still persists. And I am sure that by the time they are done, they were dashing some free ones.
Yes, they did.
You see? So you see, I wonder, how does that make? I mean, for someone like you, how does that translate to the people you are training currently?
One thing about Ghanaians, they are very, very smart. They look at things and they can easily work with them, even though they haven't had any education background. Some people are very, very smart. When I spoke to these people, the questions that they were putting up, you could see that they are really, at least they have an idea of the whole, concept. What I think is the problem that we having right now about the people. There's 2 electrical engineers. One has finished, I think, Akroful University. I think 2 of them.
Okay. My alma mater.
Yeah. And 2 of them are from the Akroful University, and then I have 2 another electrician, and then a photographer who is more serious than anyone.
A photographer?
Yes.
I think we may have to come back and interview some of these people.
Yes, he has a motorbike, and I told him that this bike is
a converted.
Yes, you have to do it. He said, "Oh, I'm ready. Anytime."
A photographer?
Yes, a professional photographer.
Is interested in learning how to convert EVs?
Yes, he was the first person to pay his admission fee.
Okay.
And even the electrical people, most of them haven't paid.
Wait, has this one paid?
I'm paying for you.
No, because the way he was talking, I can see that's why he's a local boy. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought whatever I do, they will learn from that. They will learn and they will know.
He spoke about 2 things. That's your second one. What about what's the second one?
You mean the electrical?
No, as in the people. We give a preamble.
There's another guy, I don't really know what. Nana has been having so much talks with them. I don't really talk to them. It was just when I was doing the training that I got to know. I don't even know their names. Okay. Some of them.
Well, but when you say that they are motivated, I mean the level of motivation.
Big time. They come
Why?
on time.
They come on time
Yes.
in Ghana.
Yes.
I have to see this one to believe
They
it.
sit. Yeah, they sit until we're done. We close at 2 o'clock. Yesterday we closed at 2:40.
When you tell the customer distance?
12 to 2. And yesterday we closed at 2:40. And they were all there listening, to all the, what I was teaching them. So I don't doubt their education or whether they are into cars or they are into.
So basically, anybody who is interested in this training, whether you have an automotive background or not, if you have the interest and the desire, and you understand English, and can reason, you can
You can do
come for the
Yeah,
training.
you can come for
And you are not afraid to do pichi.
No. Look, one guy did one of these meetings, and then I could see somebody who was like 75 years sitting there also participating. So it doesn't matter who you are. If you have the interest, you can come in, and who knows, we always say, so
I don't understand that.
nobody knows when a king, who is going to be a king,
Oh, okay.
One day you see, oh, this person is a president, and then you say, oh, this guy, he was.
I know him.
Yeah, we're just in the.
We used to eat this together.
Yeah, so who knows? So I'll just gather whoever is heart interested. And then the first day that we called the people to come and, come in for the registration, it was a lot of people. There's a lot of people. Yeah, most of them drop because I don't know, maybe sometimes money issue. Ghana, they want everything for free. Yeah, so most of them drop. But we've been able to gather about 8 or 9 people.
So now currently there are 9.
Yeah.
Well, and I was like, a lot of people came. Then the number dropped, I think to 15 or so. Then the number dropped again.
Yeah, dropped.
But he was like, initially he was
People
expecting a
are
lot of
really-
people.
You see, we didn't get the right people who are really interested or who are in the business. We didn't get any of those. There were 2, 3 guys who are into the business, who are mechanics, and they do electricals and electronics on cars. Those people rather dropped and left the photographers on.
Why do you think that's the case?
I think it's our money. Just, I think 800 cities or so.
Wait, you want to tell me that if not for the money, they will be there? Are you sure? I highly doubt that.
He knows him very well. He's a friend.
Or tell us.
It's money.
You are sure?
And this guy has a big workshop. Big
Then
workshop.
how come you cannot afford internet?
He told me
Internet Ghana City.
He really
Internet Ghana City is like $150.
he said he is really into this business, big time. He works on cars. If you see the cars he works on, and
How come you cannot afford $150? If he's into it big time.
he brought his brother and another guy. They were 3, and then they were arguing on the NBA, non-disclosure.
NDA.
NBA. They were insisting on that we have 5 years to be with you before we go and before we can also open our own. They have an idea, and they have an idea, argument. We had an argument on that. I was just telling them, look, if you learn it right now, and then the car stops on the way, and it's electric car. If you work on it, how would I know? I'll never know. But the thing is that don't go and open up your own convention.
Okay, so it means that, okay, this is a very important point. As in, Arke Global is saying that if you go under the training, you cannot set up your own independent shop for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean? Let's say I have a shop already.
If you have a shop already, you can do repairs. But to open up a place like the way we have our
For only EVs.
like
For EV conversion. Also, you can do repair and maintenance.
Yes.
But to be, say you're going to convert,
Yeah.
that's going to be
So,
a big problem for a lot of
we
people.
have trained you. You have that,
Okay, so you want to also secure yourself for that. So
Yeah.
after you go to the training for the next 5 years, you cannot do this is non-compete.
Yeah.
It's more of a non-compete than an NDA. For the next 5 years. Then after that, you can do whatever you want to do if you're doing conversions. Okay, looking at the timeline, it's not so bad. Because This is 2021, right? So 5 years will be 2025 or 2026. 2026. That's when the business will be booming. Yes. No, you just come and collect the money.
People are just playing around with this EV thing.
I think that
maybe 2 years time from now.
Oh, it's 2 years time. That's why 2023. That's why. You see, what we don't want is we don't want a situation where now that everybody has seen that, oh, this thing is money, oh, then everybody is scrambling, and because of the way we do our things, we put the horse. Is it the cart before the horse?
Oh, yeah.
And everything is bazaar.
Yeah.
Confusion.
That's what I told you about the air conditioning. You see,
Yeah,
when I did it, now everybody was doing it. Then I dropped the price to 150. You see how I did it? Now everybody, they were all coming to me because I was the first person who did it, and I'm charging very low. So I'll take all the customers from whoever. You go and then the person is trying on you. He's trying using your card
as an experiment.
Yes. And then you have the professional charging low. So where do you go?
If you're interested in conversions, you want to learn how to convert a normal petrol and diesel car to an electric car, irrespective of your background, you heard from Mr. Akroful. Once you have a desire and an interest to learn, the course is about a month. I think it's on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours each day in the afternoons. We are here at what was the name of this place again?
Kwashiman.
This is Kwashiman. I heard that it's called Hong Kong. This one is addressed to the Ghanaians. If you are somewhere you want to fly in, that's your issue. But you can, to learn about conversions, you can come here. If you are in Ghana, you can come here and you will learn. Just pay 810 cedis. That's roughly $150. I think it's cheap for what you are going to gain. The catch is that you have to sign a non-compete. In other words, after you finish, you cannot open your own EV conversion shop. Is it in Accra or in Ghana?
In Ghana.
In Ghana.
Hello.
So you can finish and go to Lomé or whatever and establish your own EV, electric vehicle conversion shop outside Ghana. You don't have a problem. But within Ghana, if you start this year, if you do the training this year, it means that 2026, before you can open your own conversion shop. However, after going through that training, you should be able to face basic problems with electric vehicles. If somebody has a battery issue, a motor issue, controller, the basic parts of the EV, you can do all those repairs and maintenance, and you will be happy. Maybe by the time you do two, you have paid for your training. So think about it. Mr. Akroful, thank you very much. I think you have spent more than we actually budgeted for, but it has been interesting. I realize that frustration bonds people together. You know, when you are telling us your story about what you are trying to do for money, and I think Kingsley and myself, we can relate. And so,
do you have the same problem?
Please, I don't want to write the book.
Why is it like
it's an encyclopedia. I don't have to go there. So thank you very much for your time, and thank you too for giving us your time.